Karen Ross was appointed Secretary of the California Department of Food and Agriculture by Governor Jerry Brown in 2011. She has deep leadership experience in agricultural issues nationally, internationally, and here in California. Prior to joining the California Department of Food and Agriculture, Secretary Ross was Chief of Staff for U.S. Secretary of Agriculture Tom Vilsack, and prior to that served as President of the California Association of Wine Grape Growers and as Vice President of the Agricultural Council of California. She grew up a 4-H member in Nebraska, and although she never wore the blue jacket, our team has met her many times this year. And we are privileged that not only does she have a California Ag Plate on her personal vehicle, but also she fully supports agricultural education and FFA. Let's give a warm welcome to California Secretary of Agriculture, Secretary Ross.
I do get the microphone for just a few minutes, right? Okay, to the relief of everyone here, I left the 45-minute speech in my purse up there, okay? So, I do appreciate this opportunity to be here. I love getting here early. I got to listen to whoever the singer was this morning. I nominate her for The Voice. Wouldn't that be great to put that blue jacket on The Voice? I think that's something to strive for. And what if she was on stage in the blue jacket and someone held up Cal Ag Plate behind her? Phone this number, go online, show your support for California agriculture, FFA. Thank you for continuing to sell those ag plates. It's the greatest investment any Californian could make. And being in this room today, listening to the appreciation for advisors and parents and administrators and increasingly important school board members, who wouldn't want to make an investment in all of you, those who came before you and those that you will mentor as you go through high school and into college. Our state, this beautiful, bountiful, and sometimes challenging state, thrives on diversity, and especially in agriculture. We are at a crossroads now in the first stages of this century, dealing with issues like water availability, and increasingly water quality. How do we make sure that our farming practices do not impact the drinking water of our neighbors? We're dealing with improving our fertilizer techniques. We have everyone watching how we care for our animals. We have consumers who really do want to know more about how we grow our food, but sometimes their questions feel threatening. We need your energy, your intellect, your hearts, and your enthusiasm. We are at this place of the intersection of agriculture and the environment in a changing climate. It could impact the very bountiful, nutritious crops that we grow and stop California from being number one. But I know in this state, with people like you and the people who have come before us, that California matters. It's not just what we grow and how much of it we grow. It's the fact we work so hard to make sure that every Californian has access to that. It's the fact that we are $54 billion without measuring any of the value added, and we create a lot of jobs, but we also, in agriculture, make the quality of life here everything that is the envy of all the other states. You know, I can say this as a native Nebraskan. You cannot appreciate what you have until you haven't been here. And I experienced that shopping in the suburbs of Washington, D.C. We have food that is the envy of the world. And it's important now that we use your energies. We may not be able to grow the food for that extra 2 billion people that will be populating the globe, but California can show the world how to grow food. Healthy, nutritious, abundant food with an ever smaller environmental footprint. We have you. You are our future. We have the institutions like FFA. We have the greatest public universities for agriculture in this state. We have the most Nobel laureates in this state. We have the most venture capital in this state. We have all the ingredients. Silicon Valley, we're #1 in high-tech. Biotechnology, #1 in biotechnology. Agriculture, #1 in agriculture. And though many people don't believe this, we're #1 in manufacturing, and food and beverage processing is the fastest growing part of manufacturing. And of course, a no-brainer, we are #1 in tourism. Who wouldn't want to visit California, vacation in California, get a taste of California, go home and keep buying California? Last week, I had a day on a campus all about the smart farm of the future. And a lot of it is based on sensor and robotic technology that comes from the gaming that you do when you're not busy with FFA. Think about how you use your handheld technology, your gaming technology. Those are exactly the elements of the smart farms of the future that will free up backbreaking labor for jobs that will be about creating the next app, the next robotic arm, the next solution to do things better. That's why we need you. But we also need you in this world that has 1.9 billion people who are malnourished, 800 million today who suffer from chronic hunger, many others who don't get adequate nourishment to achieve their potential, like I've seen with your leadership team and every other FFA student I meet. Think about what you could do in public service if you choose a pathway to work at the Department of Food and Agriculture as a biologist, an entomologist, a veterinarian, an economist, a marketer, an analyst. Think what you could do at the State Water Resources Control Board, the Air Board, the Fish and Wildlife Services, everybody who touches ag but doesn't have the agronomic understanding and the appreciation for agriculture that you have. Think what you could do in international marketing because you have language skills. Think what you could do working with a nonprofit or USAID in Africa, helping a small farmer who can't even grow enough food for his or her own family. Think about all the ways you can be a part of agriculture. Maybe you're lucky and you'll be the next chapter of a multi-generation family operation. Or maybe you're going to be the beginning farmer with 5 acres on the urban edge selling to chefs or teaching urbanites how to farm in a block that's been abandoned. Maybe you're going to be the scientist with the next great solution. Maybe you'll be the next ag teacher that inspires students the way I see every day when I meet FFA. For all that you do, thank you, students, for listening to the call to be a part of this organization, to learn the leadership skills that you can exercise in your future in many, many small ways and big, important ways. I look forward to watching which one of you is the next state member in the legislature, the next member of Congress, the next Secretary of Agriculture for the state of California or the United States of America. And with the skills that you have, your opportunities to run for President of the United States. Why not? Wouldn't that be a great thing to see in the White House? Blue jackets forever. Go FFA.
Secretary Ross, you electrify this industry and you electrify this association by your service and your constant support. Thank you for your service to agricultural education. The relationship we share with you is not one that we take for granted. Please accept this as a token of our appreciation.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanking Secretary Ross.